Just we laid out some of it there, but just explain to us why a Nakba is such a powerful day for Palestinians.
Once the fourth Prime Minister of Israel, Golda Meir, said the elderly Palestinian people will forget and it will die and the young generation will forget. And that's why the Palestinians, whenever this 15th of May comes, they deliberately and in a way or another would love to convey a message to the international community that this sacred right to return to their homeland is unforgettable. They're going to go back. That's why they make sure that even the elderly people who give testimonies make the young generation understand that they used to have one country that is called Palestine. That's why it's very important to the Palestinian. They remember that catastrophe, that exodus where their ancestors left their homeland and were displaced with lots of bloodshed and massacres there.
Well, forced from their homes as it stands. I mean, and the point of all of this as well, with every year that that Nakba Day is marked, is that a viable peace process still eludes everyone. I mean, where are we as we mark this 69th Nakba Day? Where are we with the peace process?
Yeah, that is the problem. Nowadays, they're not speaking about one-state solution. They're speaking about one-state hegemony. If you just look at what Israel is doing now, they're canceling the Arabic language. This is a new bill. They legalized the settlement in the West Bank, and they're speaking about one-state solution. So even the two-state solution that the Palestinians have for long been promised that they're going to have based on the Oslo Agreement, it's no more on the table. So the Palestinians, you would say, they lost faith and trust in the whole peace process. It's an already moribund process. Nobody have faith in. And nowadays, they're talking about the liquidation of the Palestinian cause at all, and even looking for an alternative homeland, maybe in the Sinai Peninsula or in Jordan.
I mean, but how damaging, we mentioned the Palestinian municipal elections just before we spoke to you. How damaging is it that Hamas and Fatah can't get on the same page? It's a classic British tactic of divide and rule, isn't it?
That's another problem, internal problem. Now, the Hamas people, they have their own agenda, where the Fatah people, they have their different agenda. And they themselves, as Palestinians, they could not meet on one common ground. They don't have anything in common. Recently, Hamas has changed its manifesto, but it's too late, unfortunately, where the plane has left the airport and nobody is speaking about the peace process or the two-state solution. Hamas is now recognizing the 1967 borders as a state for the Palestinians.
Were Hamas too hardline in the beginning? It's what you're saying. They were too vociferous in their antithesis to Israel that they never were going to get a peaceful solution.
Hamas was a resistant movement, but on the rhetoric side, it was a hard line. It was talking about the elimination of Israel. This hard linguistic that they were using in their charter was not good. They know they were talking about the fight against Jews, but now they're speaking about the fight against Israelis, Zionists, and the liberation of Palestine, not the elimination of Israel. So they're showing a kind of pragmatic change in their political program, but in the past they used to be, yes.
And as you say, do you think that it's now too late for Hamas to kind of row back and be more conciliatory? And where are the Israelis on this? I mean, Netanyahu says one thing and then behaves in a slightly different way. How much desire do you think it is on their part for them to have a peaceful solution to what's happening?
That's the elephant in the room. Whenever, even Hamas, whenever they give some kind of concessions, the Israelis are asking for more. President Arafat, the late President Arafat, gave them whatever they like, and they were cooperating in terms of security, exchange of peace and land, all these things. The Israelis are asking for more. Now they're asking for more in the West Bank, annexing more. So the problem with the Palestinians, they're afraid that whatever concessions they're showing the international community, in return, they're getting nothing from the Israelis, because the Israelis are determined to have their Jewish state, and recently in the United Nations they're afraid of having an apartheid state in Israel.
Which is where we may unfortunately be heading. Ahmed, thank you as always for coming in.